Black girl magic. This is what y'all wanted, right? That's what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted there to be equality because apparently black men have been oppressing black women. Apparently we enslaved y'all. Apparently we kept y'all from working. Apparently we kept y'all from voting. Apparently we kept y'all from having a solidified family. We kept you from your children. We taking your other men away. So that's why there's a overwhelmingly majority amount of women opposed to black men. So now that black women have gotten the black men out the way, the oppressors, because black men, apparently we're the oppressors of the black women. Now it seems like the same people that you went up to bat for are trying to replace you, are trying to get rid of you, are trying to put their foot on your neck. Ain't it funny how that works? You know, because we all know that LGBT movement, Black Lives Matter, is run by the LGBT, right? We all know that. We know Black Lives Matter is not really ran by black people. Black Lives Matter is actually funded and controlled, operated by a white man. Yep, it is. Go do your research. Now, one of our legends, they're trying to cancel Miss Aretha Franklin's classic song. I'm sure y'all heard about it. But when I look at stuff like this, I just think about like how black people as a unit are just losing a war. Let me explain. The reason why I say that is because, you know, we didn't allow politicians to integrate themselves into our culture, right? Now we don't even control our own culture. Not only that, we have a couple sellouts that decided to win the battle but lose the war. Meaning we got people out here, you know, the tap dancers, selling us out in our own culture, you know, selling this sexualized ratchet behavior in our culture, you know, us killing each other, not having a father in the household, not having no protection. And black women, now that you done got rid of the oppressive black men, who's gonna be there to protect you now? Who's gonna be there when you need soldiers to go to battle for you? Who's gonna be the soldiers? Because you done emasculated all your soldiers. You know, you basically are teaching your young men to be feminine, passive. You know, how many black men you know go to the gun range? I know a lot of white men go to the gun range. I know a lot of Hispanic men, all these other guys, they exercise their Second Amendment. They go to the gun range. How many black men you know how to protect themselves? Take actual self-defense classes. How many black men you know take karate classes? How many black men you know camp? How many black men you know how to feed themselves, right? And I want you to really think about that. And if you can't really think of that many, I want you to ask yourself, now, if shit were to hit the fan, who's gonna be here to protect me? Because basically you've been spending a lot of your free time beating down the same men you talk about you need protection from. Helping emasculate the same men you talk about you need protection from. Helping to get rid of and imprison the same men you talk about you don't need. So now that that's all been successfully done, now that we no longer control our culture, now that we no longer have no say-so in the type of music we make, anything like that, are you thinking about how your children are going to be affected by this? What they going to do next? What they going to cancel Michael Jackson? Now that we got a few that's gotten their money and that's deciding to go with the agenda and talk about nothing but stripping and shaking their butt and, you know, getting rid of each other. Now that that's been done, how much further is it going to go? And obviously there's not going to be a line drawn, right? And now that black women have decided to make this alliance with the LGBT community, you see the same people that you made this alliance with and the same white women that you made the alliance of feminism with, they turning their back on you. I know y'all saw that Stacey Abrams results, right? In Georgia, we seen it. White women overwhelmingly voted for, I think his name is Mr. Kemp, right? They overwhelmingly voted for him. Meanwhile, telling you, black girl magic, black power, let's go vote for Stacey Abrams. They hit you with the okie doke. Now these same people in this rainbow community that were telling you how you oppress and we need to stand together, they're out here trying to get rid of you. They're out here trying to replace you. They're out here trying to tell you that they just as important, if not more important than what you are. And you know where it all stems from? Not having no code, not having any unity. Because if we had those two things, these people would not be able to come out here and tell us who we need to idolize. Because next thing you know, what they gonna be doing? Putting the next Martin Luther King in front of our face who's on their payroll, who they have control over. And what are you gonna do about it? You already done sold out your culture. You already got these athletes not standing together, letting each other get done in by the little hat people, the Jewish community. We already have that. So practically we have no unity. We have no alliance with other people. Colorism issue destroying us. And now there's so much damage that's been done. Our competition, they don't got to compete with us no more. You know why? Because we too busy sitting in the middle competing against one another. Telling each other who got it the worst. Telling each other why we don't need each other. Telling each other why the other person is insignificant and not important and how we need to stop oppressing one another. Comparing wounds. Talking about who got it the worst, right? And look at the end result of all that. Look what's happening. Black women getting married the least. Black men being the most incarcerated. Black children being indoctrinated. No household stability. Where are you going to go when things don't work out for yourself? And this is something that's very poisonous in the black community. Let me tell you. When you're in the black community, you know what they do? In the black community, we always talking about how as soon as we turn 18, we're going to move out. We're going to leave. We're going to get our own businesses. We're going to do our own. We're going to have our own ventures and just leave our family behind. And not only that, the black parents always talk about how as soon as we turn 18, we getting kicked out. And we like, you know what? I can't wait till I turn 18 anywhere better than here. This is a plantation. That's how we feel. See, y'all just talking about this one song is much deeper than that. I'm not talking about the contribution to it. I'm talking about this is the first step of many more to come. Now, how deeper those prints are going to be and how wider those strides are going to be, who knows? What, they going to start going after Michael Jackson next? Are they going to start talking about how Prince's song Purple Rain, how it's colorism and all that? What's next? Are they going to start telling us who should be our leaders and who shouldn't be? And where will the line be drawn? Inevitably, they taught black men and black women to hate and resent one another. So now you got black women who have egos twice the size of Jupiter. They too high on themselves. They've caused too much damage to admit they made a wrong turn. Have you ever been driving with somebody and you know they need directions and you just sitting in the passenger seat? You like, yo, you good? You sure you know where you going? They're like, yeah, I'm sure. And then you start seeing things that you ain't never seen before. You're like, yo, what the hell do you have us? And they so far down, they done made such a they've driven so far that they too afraid to admit, okay, I fucked up. I made a mistake. I made the wrong turn. And now we 3 hours away from where the destination was. The destination was just 10 minutes away. We 3 hours away from where we started. And now a lot of these women are too scared to admit it. They're like, yo, I don't want to admit it. Now these women like, yo, I don't want to admit it. I don't want to admit that I was wrong. I just want you to come and save me. And please don't tell me anything but I told you so.